This is D. Orlando Fortune, bring you another inspirational talk. You see, this week we're going to talk about comfort zones. You know, there's some people out there, some of you doubters out there who have felt like life is just trapping you in and you can't get out and the situation is just pressing down on you and you ain't figuring out what to do. With this episode, I'm going to give you a simple technique that you can use to help you get out of that box. What box? I spoke to a gentleman not too long ago about a situation that he was dealing with. He was trying to get out of his depression. Now, I've been in depression before and understand how to get out of the depression, and I've helped other people get out of depression. As we discussed, this thing is not a situation that you can only focus on. Depression isn't just an emotional situation for you. Depression could be a situation such as your job feels like you cannot get out of this situation. You can't get more money. You can't figure out a way to do some of the things that you really want to do in your job. You feel like you're trapped in your position. Maybe it's dealing with your finances, that you're not having enough money to deal with the financial situation that you have. Your bills is continuing to mount and you're getting deeper and deeper in the debt and you just can't see a way out of it. That's going to be depression, putting yourself into a box. You may be trying to deal with your parents, you may be trying to deal with your children. The kids are not minding the teachers. They're not being respectful to other people. They're not even listening to you as well. And it seems like you're just boxing in this little box and you can't figure out what to do. You see, when I spoke to this gentleman, he talked about how when he gets into these depressions, these bouts of depression, what ends up happening is this. He would isolate himself. He would go home and cut off the phones and so forth, just basically keep everybody away from him. And he would start thinking about his problems. As he started thinking about his problems, he started getting depressed. And as he got depressed, he started thinking about his problems. And he thought about his problems, he started getting more depressed. And as he got more depressed, he started thinking about more problems. And as he got thought about more problems, he got more depressed, and so on, until he just felt like he was in a box. So as he was talking about this situation, I asked him some more details, like, how does it feel? Give me some more details about that situation, like how was it feeling? Was your heart beating? Was your breathing? So how was it feeling? And as he starts describing how he was feeling in those moments, I just all of a sudden said, "What box?" I just screamed it out at him, just to stop him, his pattern, because he was going there. He was really getting into it. I wanted him to feel it, but I wanted him also to see that he had control to stop it, because immediately upon me saying these words, he snapped out of that little depression that he was going into at that moment, a little mini depression. The thing about this is that focusing on our problems will only cause us to see more problems. You see, when we start focusing on our job situation, that maybe we're not getting paid as much as we really want to get paid, or we don't have the responsibilities that we truly want to have, we start focusing on those problems, and all we continue to see is those problems. We can't see a way out of that. Or when with a financial situation, we continue focusing on the bills and the debt that's mounting. We focus on those things. We cannot see a solution for those situations because we're focusing on the problem. And because we're focusing on the problem starts surrounding us and eating at us and just starting to trap us in. And the world starts just pressing in on us. Those problems start pressing in on us. And it's hard to deal with those situations when you can't think creatively. And why I said what boxes, for this very simple reason. I reflected to him, and as I'm telling you now, about the situation I was in that really stuck with me. You see, I had paid for this seminar some years back about how to become more successful in business and in life. And one thing I learned from this seminar, this gentleman would do all types of little things with during the seminar for the whole crowd. He had little bags of toys and so forth that was set on the chairs, and we was making all types of noise and screaming and all types of stuff that was going on, right? One particular situation, he started talking about comfort zones, and about how people can trap themselves in their comfort zones and not be creative, because God made us creative. God gave us the ability to think and create and do something different with our lives. Unlike animals who are out there who must do what the instincts say. You know, as my mentor Jim Rohn would say, you know, what does a goose gonna do in the winter? He's gonna fly south. He doesn't decide, you know what, I'm not, hey Bill, I don't want to go south this summer, this winter. I'm just gonna go up and stay up here. No, a goose can't do that. When it comes wintertime, what does a goose do? It flies south. That's all it can do. It's instincts. Now, as humans, we have the opportunity to think differently. You know what? I don't want to go south this winter. I can just sit right here, build me a fire, do something to keep myself warm, you know, put on more clothing. All these different things we can do up to get us solve these situations. But when it comes to our comfort zones, people forget sometimes that we have the ability to create a solution to our problems because what? I'm focused on my problem. Stop focusing on your problem, man. You can't do nothing with it when you're focusing on that. Focus on your creative side. Focus on finding a solution, right? So here's the situation, right? The things that we want right now are usually just outside of our comfort zones. So what are we going to do about those situations? You see, because sadly enough, our comfort zones become more like a prison. Now, I don't know about you, but I have yet to meet a person who feels like a prison is comfortable. So why are you getting comfortable in your own prison, right? You see, at this point, your comfort zone is becoming less and less comfortable. Matter of fact, it's probably irritating. So what you going to do about it? What you going to do about yourself in a situation, in that prison that used to be a comfort zone has now become a prison? What are you going to do about this zone that you've trapped yourself in that used to be something that you would settle for, but now has become irritating? You can't just... It bothers you just to stay where you are right now. You got to do something different. What you going to do about it? You see, all you no doubters out there, I don't want you to settle for the status quo. I don't want you to settle for everybody else because you're not like everybody else. Everybody else can stay where they want to if they choose to. But you, as a no doubter out there, you want something different for yourself. I want you to do something different for yourself. Don't settle for like everybody else has. Don't have that I'm good mentality. You know, I could get a better job or I could get a raise, but you know what? I'm good. You know, I could find a way to put some money away or do some other things in building the businesses or so forth that could help me get out of my financial situation. But you know what? I'm good. I can figure out how to talk to some other parents who have better relationship with their kids, and their kids are more and more well behaved, and read some books or talk to some people or deal with my kids in a better way to help them be more mindful and respectful. But you know what? I'm good. Huh? Really? I'm good? Nah, you ain't good. You ain't good. You ain't good until you start having the best you can have for yourself, right? You see, I want you to stretch yourself this week. Whenever you start feeling like that life is starting to press in on you on all sides, like your situation is starting to trap you in, like you're starting to feel those, you can feel the bars on that prison door right now. The life is put it in front of you. This is something I want you to do. I want you to stretch yourself this week. When you get in those situations, I want you to just stop and say, "What box?" I want you to scream that out. When a situation starts getting bad around you, I want you to say, "What box?" When life starts treating you, pressing out on you and trapping you in, and you just feel like there's no way, and you're starting to feel a little depression or just that you can't do anything and you're focused on the problem, I want you to say, "What box?" I want you to scream that out. "What box? This box can't hold me. This box can't hold you." You remember, understand this. You put yourself in that situation so you can get yourself out of that situation. We just got to think creatively. Figure out a solution for that problem. So after you say, "What box? This box can't hold me," I want you to sit back and think about a plan of escape from that prison. Plan it out. You see, the last episode we talked about the DARE principle, about doing something over the last week to help you get towards your goals. I want you to continue on with that whole DARE situation. This ain't just something you just do for a week. I want you to continue on with these principles. They build up on each other. So when you get in that zone, Feel like you got to get out of there and say, what box? This box can't hold me. And you figure out a little plan for escape. And then I want you to take that dare and stretch yourself to get up out of your comfort zone for this next week. Just say, what box? And see how good it is. Remember, if you can't say it because you're in a meeting right now, I want you to see me on this video in there in your head. I want you to picture, what box is what I'm saying to you. This box can't hold you. So I want you to picture that. Me just sitting there bouncing, getting hyped, telling you what box. That box can't hold you. But you get outside of that comfort zone. And as I said last episode again, I repeat, take that dare. I challenge you to do something to get yourself, to plan your escape, to get out of that comfort zone. What box? I'm sorry. See, it's in there, right? All you no doubters out there, get outside of that comfort zone. Start telling yourself what box, it can't hold me, and do something different today and for the next week to get yourself out of there. Because I want you to live a life of no doubt, just blessings. And remember, God wants you to have all the things that he has planned for you. You got to believe it too and do something to have it.